morning. My name is Medrano Laikar Sarmiento, and my topic is all about Introduction to Domestic Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Servicing. So let's start. Check the compatibility of the refrigerant to be added to the system with the existing oil. If the existing oil, typically a mineral oil, is incompatible, then it must be removed. Otherwise, this stage can be ignored. Drain and remove the existing mineral oil charge. Measure its quantity and compare with the recommended oil charge to determine the quantity of oil left in the system. So there is caution here. A major problem with retrofits is removing the residual mineral oil. Because of enough mineral oil is not removed, it can deposit or the evaporator heat exchanger surfaces, severely degrading performance. Since many small hermetic compressors do not have oil drains, removal of the compressor from the system may be necessary for draining the lubricant. The best point in the system to drain the lubricant in the suction line of the compressor. Small hand-operated pumps are available which permit the insertion of a tube into the compressor access port. For removal of the mineral oil without removing the compressor from the system, remember that most of the mineral oil must be removed from the system before adding the replacement lubricant. Number 6. Replace all the affected components and accessories. All equipment components and accessories such as expansion valve, gaskets, filter dryer, etc. that will be affected by the new alternative refrigerant must be replaced as recommended by the manufacturer. So, in number 6, by the new alternative, it is most CFC or HCFC systems with expansion valves will operate satisfactorily. However, it may be necessary to adjust the superheat if the system uses a capillary tube. It will need to be replaced with one of the greater or lesser restriction in order to achieve satisfactory performance. Over the complete range of design conditions, it is recommended that the technician consult with the equipment. So that is the number 6 steps of general retrofitting procedure. And number 7, charge the system with new and correct amount of alternative refrigerant oil. So do as recommended by compressor or system manufacturer. Number 8, reinstall the compressor. So we need to reinstall the compressor to follow the standard service practices recommended by the manufacturer. If an oil pump was used to remove the oil, resell the access part. Number 9. Run the system while performing the oil change procedure. So run the system as many times as necessary until the mineral oil in the system does not exceed the recommended 5% acceptable level. Generally, it will require about 3 charges to get the mineral oil content down to the acceptable level. Test kits are available from several lubricant suppliers that check for residual mineral oil content. Number 10. Test the system for leak. Use oxygen-free dry nitrogen and leak testing and observe at 24-hour standing pressure and make corrections if deemed necessary. Number 11. Evacuate or vacuum the system. It is use an appropriate vacuum pump and an electronic vacuum gauge to vacuum the system to at least 1000 microns, 1 imbor 29.87 nhg. So to use normal service practices to reconnect and evacuate the system and to remove air and other non-condensable contaminants. So number 12, charge the system with the appropriate amount of alternative refrigerant. When charging the system with alternative refrigerant, use the same charging procedures that you would use for CFC or HCFC to ensure optimal system performance. So if the original capillary tube is used, it will generally be necessary to undercharge the system to prevent liquid flood back to the compressor. Especially care should be taken when charging with refrigerant blends. Number 13 is run the system and charge additional refrigerant if needed until fully charged. The use of an expansion device not optimized for the system, such as an original capillary tube, will make system more sensitive to charge and or operating condition. So as a result, system performance will change more quickly if the system is overcharged or undercharged. To avoid overcharging, it is best to charge the system by first measuring the operating conditions, including discharge and suction pressures, suction line temperature, compressor amps, and superheat. So before using the liquid level sight glass as a guide. So number 14. Monitor the system operation and performance. Run the system for at least 48 hours or longer to monitor its operation and performance and make necessary adjustment if needed. Number 15. Check remaining content of mineral oil. It is using a refractometer or oil test kit. Check the amount of mineral oil remaining in the system. Number 16. Follow the system and or compressor manufacturer recommendations. So it always refer to the compressor manufacturer's recommendation as tolerance is dependent on the system and its operating conditions. Number 17, the last steps. Level the system. So after retrofitting the system, level the system components to identify refrigerant and specify type of lubricant or by brand name and the system. This will help ensure that the proper refrigerant and lubricant will be used to service the equipment in the future. So that's all. Thank you.